It happened again. I am so freaking pissed.
What? What happened?
You know, Alex. You know what happened.
Oh, the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl?
And playing the Eagles
Eagles.
again. Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome back. It's been a while.
Hope you had a good holidays. Hope
Yes.
hope you enjoyed your eggnog, staying warm in this
It's
Arctic freezy weather that the whole country's having.
it's 2025.
Yep,
So happy New Year to all of you.
we're
Yeah.
Um, we're already almost a month in, and don't be sad if the new year hasn't been shaping up pretty well. But with our new president and the Chiefs and Eagles going at it again, also a non-consecutive
Yeah,
thing as well.
yes,
that is true.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was 2 years ago they fought in Super Bowl 57. This is Super Bowl 59, and we're in the
Oh,
middle of the decade now. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the 2020s are halfway over.
Yeah, what a weird decade it's been.
I know, right?
Hopefully, our
Have I told you about the time when I immediately felt old?
maybe I forget.
All right, so it was 2 years ago, and I work at a movie theater, and this was when Avatar: The Way of Water came out.
Mhm.
So I was thinking about how long it's been since the first one,
Right.
and then I was thinking like for the sequel to come out, it was still playing at the time. That's why I was thinking about it. And I was like, okay, so first one came out in 2009. Last one came out, this was a couple months before I was thinking of this. And it's like, all right, the next one's coming out in 2025. In 2025, I'll be 30. I'll be 30. Oh
That's
no.
crazy.
I was like, shit.
We'll have to do
I'll be
something.
30.
We'll have to do something special to celebrate that, or not. It's up to you.
We do whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really totally matter to me, but yeah, I want to plan on a couple things. So right now, currently, I'm watching a bunch of movies from last year, trying to catch up.
Yeah,
Because
the last four movies I watched were from last year.
I usually try to make sure that I watch minimum 50 feature films in a year,
Oh yeah,
and
then you
then I
do
make
your
and
ranking.
then I make a list, a little personal awards
Hmm.
that I give out. So follow me on Letterbox if you really are into that.
Hmm.
And then I might do favorite films of the decade so far too.
That'd be
But
cool.
I want to do a lot of things. I want to finish that fucking screenplay that I'm trying to do. Um, I might want to do some. I had a dumb idea of like kayaking down a river
It's not bad.
Ooh,
Would
and then camping on the riverside and trying to get to the very end of the river.
could you do that, Matt, near that river or lake that's near not too far from your house?
Um, I could, but I mean, I'm not. I've already kayaked the lake, so
Oh, so
something like
you want to
that.
do a river? Okay.
I might wanna. I don't know. I want to take a vacation from work and try to. I don't know. Plan a day trip. Do something. You know.
yeah.
Live a little. I'm gonna be fucking 30. Ah.
Well, Matt, on your
Um.
vacation, we can go to another location for King Philip's War.
Oh yes. For you listeners out there, I'm very interested in this event that happened like back in the 1600s. So it's kind of local. Native American English settler war that occurred, um, called King Philip's War. So I was very interested. I'm very interested in that, and I kind of want to maybe there's a far distant future project that I want to do for that, but that's all in the future. Let's talk about
The present,
something current,
It's
like
not.
or at least something that's not gonna happen until March. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the
mm,
Oscars.
the Oscars.
So
Yes, the nominations came
yeah,
out last
no,
Thursday.
yes,
The Oscars, the 97th Academy Awards.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, they're just as old as my two sets of my grandparents. Or one, no, well, sorry, that sounded weird. One of my grandfather, one of my grandfathers and one of my grandmothers, they were born in 1927. But I
Hmm.
know obviously they were first presented in 28. So, yeah, so they're around the same age as my grandparents, which is
they were
crazy.
first presented in
Oh, yeah,
1929.
that's right. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're actually, I know technically, they're technically, my grandparents are older than the Oscars because my youngest grandparent was born in 1928. So,
Very first Oscars. I think I went over this one time during a pod, right?
yeah, I think you
You
did.
may
That
have.
the very first Academy Awards weren't the actual calendar year, but instead they were the it was the back half of 1927 releases from like the last half of 1927 and early 1928.
Yeah, you have mentioned that.
Yeah. That's crazy
And
though. They
that
presented them in
one,
And
1929.
then it worked like that up until 1933, where they just decided to do the whole calendar year of 1933, and then the next year it was just 1934.
See,
Whatever came out in the United States was released in 1934, competed at the 1934 Oscars.
see the Grammy Awards guys now, you might be aware that their calendar year, it's like from October to it's like late. Like for example, it'd be like the calendar year for the Grammy starts like late October,
November,
yeah, like late or early November of a year, and then it ends in like October of the next year. So
that's,
there's like a 2-3 month gap where things aren't nominated. So like you'll have albums from like almost 2 years ago nominated, and COVID also messed up the Saturn Awards. Those aren't familiar with those, are like give the Saturn Awards are like for genre films from fantasy, horror, science fiction. Now they do something similar where they're basically their calendar year encompasses almost 2 years.
yeah, you'll see their nominations and you'll be like, man, that was out a while ago.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of the nominations? What were your first thoughts?
so
I have thoughts.
I do too.
I have thoughts.
I do too.
Should we just go over them?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. So, to your people, we are going to break down each category. We have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yes.
So, we'll start on the Wikipedia page.
All right.
Because yeah, we probably won't mention them again until the winners are announced. So, this is like our pre-Oscar episode.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, we'll start from the bottom. Um,
So with the visual effects,
visual effects. We're just gonna do this alphabetically. So, you want to go, Alex?
yes. So we have Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked.
See what I mean by sand and apes? Sand and apes.
Sand and
It's
Ape
there again.
in
It's also
space.
apes and wicked.
Hmm.
Yes. We got,
Better Man, apes, sand, Dune Part Two. Oh, there's also sand and wicked.
oh yeah.
This is the desert.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
sand and apes.
the
The
ant.
fly the flying monkeys.
So there's 3 films that have apes in
Sand
them.
and apes. Better Man, ape, Dune, sand, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's all. See what I told you? 2024, sand and apes.
Yeah, was the name of
All except
the name of a previous episode we had too.
We did. I stand by this statement that I had.
So I think
all
this is
except
Dune part.
Alien.
So I think Dune Part Two is going to win this one.
Yes.
Oh, easy lock, easy lock.
So
Yeah.
because it has the Best Picture nomination, I was surprised. Excuse me, that Wicked was nominated, but they improved a lot on the special effects. But then when the first trailer came out, people were like, "Oh, the CGI looks awful. It's like not good. It doesn't look good." Which, yeah, there was probably some parts of it that still didn't look good, but they improved a lot and must have listened to the feedback from people, and it got a nomination, which I was surprised about.
Yeah, usually trailers don't. So, fun fact for all y'all: trailers are made a lot of times before the editing for the actual movie is finished.
That's
So
right.
sometimes you'll have trailers that have alternate footage or alternate like audio takes that didn't doesn't make it into the actual movie. A nice fun example is the Dark Knight trailer, where in it there's a different line read for the Joker when he says the Batman.
Huh.
Oh.
When he says let's kill the Batman.
Hmm.
So it's a completely different audio take than the one that they went with in the movie.
Interesting.
That's cool.
So they'll occasionally do something like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, I think it's Dune Part 2 for the lock, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes also took it, but I feel confident in saying it's Dune Part 2.
It's funny, the reboot Planet of the Apes guys, every single movie's been nominated for Best Visual Effects.
I did not realize that.
Every single one.
That's cool though.
Hmm. All right, Matt, take it away to the next one.
All right, here we go. So for Best Film Editing, we have Honora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked.
See this
So
see this one's tricky because I don't know, like I feel like they all could win this.
I'm of two minds, all right?
I think
The
any of them can
one that
win.
I think and want to win, and the one that I think they're going to go with, which is the one I don't want to win. um,
is it Amelia?
so
As
yeah, the latter is Amelia Perez, because I mean it's not bad editing, but it's definitely in the category of most editing.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah, I heard.
That was the most editing.
Yeah, sometimes they give it
It's a
to
little
them.
more yeah, it's a little more flashy in its editing. Whereas I personally would pick Honora, which was edited by Sean Baker himself.
I would also go with Honora.
Yeah, see, I think the editing for Nora was good, but I also if the Brutalist cleans up that night, I could see the Brutalist winning.
Yeah, yeah,
But then again, he's the guy that made the comments about the AI, right? Which we'll get to.
Hmm?
He was the one that made
Oh,
the comments about AI. It was the film editor.
he did, but apparently the uh, use of AI was a little overblown than what I had originally suspected. Like AI was not used at all in the production design of the film,
Hmm.
or anything like that, and that's according to the director. And also, only AI wasn't made to completely create uh, the two of the main characters' foreign accents or anything like that, but only to accentuate
Yeah, they've like
various like vowels
probably what? Yeah,
of
to enhance it, right?
just to enhance like various parts where they're speaking another language,
Yeah.
which I'm not personally a fan of, but I feel a little more calm in knowing that it wasn't a huge part of any audio editing thing.
Hmm.
I
Um,
gotcha. Yeah,
I personally would prefer no uh, uh,
No
Uh,
AI, yeah.
uh, specifically the generative AI, uh, personally, but at least if it's just some minimized, I have no problem with that. The same AI company was used for Amelia Perez and Better Man, and AI was also used in Furiosa. So, I mean, it seems like the trend that is going forward. Uh,
Right.
and it's not my personal favorite. It's mostly because I feel like generative AI is inherently an anti-art kind of movement, at least specifically in how people are using it and putting it forward. If it is something that is like meant to help labor in a way or assist in labor rather than to replace it, I feel like that's a much better alternative. The only problem that I would see with that after that would be it's sort of the negative benefits of artificial intelligence in terms of its environmental impact, which is something that we have to deal with a lot of things that we have currently in our culture. Um, I'm pretty sure the impact of artificial intelligence right now does not outweigh the impact of like the meat industry, for example, which is very harmful and horrible for the environment. So
Mm.
there's Matt putting his 2 cents in on environmental issues. Um,
Yeah.
but but yeah, we can make fun of people who call themselves AI artists, call them losers, and just completely like say they're not human.
Well, there literally was two.
All
There
right.
was literally 2 years ago. There was two strikes that basically one of the major things was about AI. So the AI that they use must have to comply with that. No.
Yeah. At least from what I gather, the uh, sound was recorded of Adrian Brody and Felicity um,
Jones.
Jones. Felicity Jones. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And they had their full permission, and they were completely okay with that. So they gave the okay for possibly doing that. And like I said, it's a little overblown from what was originally assumed in that it was fully generated audio rather than specific accented vowels or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on the brutalist audio scandal or AI scandal. So and just my thoughts on AI. But if it helps us and doesn't replace labor, it's fine.
Hmm.
Right.
And like I said, if there's a person who's like, AI movies are completely AI generated movies are going to replace real movies. It's real Kino. You can make fun of them and you can say that they are the types of people who are just bad at being human.
There you go.
I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
We've seen those AI generated like Wes Anderson movie trailers and a bunch of other things, AI generated songs and stuff, and it's
Oh,
like these are shit. They're dog shit.
Hmm. Yeah. So
uh,
And
probably. So we think. Long story short.
long story short, I think Nora should be film editing winner. There we go.
Yeah.
yes.
No, but that was good though.
So that's my 2 cents on AI
No, that was good though because
and
a
everything.
lot of our listeners probably don't know. Some of them might not know about that controversy. I only knew about it because I saw the director made a statement to one of the.
Yeah, first it was the editor that made a statement
Mhm.
specifically about the AI generated audio, and then something about the film's production design, specifically in the ending scene. And then it became a huge thing online, and people were dunking on the film, and I became sad because I really liked The Brutalist.
But
And then
not
the director came out
right.
and kind of calmed my um, thoughts on the on AI, and then learning how many people and how many movies from last year have used AI. The one thing I will say, I haven't seen it yet, but the movie Heretic, in its end credit scene, has a thing that says that no generative AI was used in the making of this film, and I think that in the future we do need to either harness that in a way
I told you, yeah, that's gonna show up at the end credits now.
Yeah.
with no animal was harmed
Yeah,
during the making of this film and things like that.
my dad always thought that was hilarious that they had to point that out. That no animal was harmed in making this film. Is he's like, gee, I hope not.
Right.
So, best costume design, we have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, which is I think is his only nomination,
I
It's
think
so funny.
Nosferatu,
The
and Wicked.
It's so funny. Sorry to interrupt. It's
Yeah,
so funny that the first one got so many nominations and won Best Picture, and then the second one just has costume design. It's kind of funny.
it is kind of funny. Oh my god,
It probably won't win. I think it's gonna be Wicked.
yeah,
I
me,
also think
yeah,
it'll be
Wicked,
Wicked.
but if not Wicked, I could see Nosferatu pulling that off. But
Yeah,
if
I was
Yeah.
one of the few categories the Brutalist or Amelia Perez weren't nominated for.
but like you too, I'm gonna go with Wicked. But I
Yeah, I
wouldn't be
think
shocked if Nosferatu also, you know.
yeah, that was a very costume heavy movie.
All right.
All right. Makeup and hair.
So we got A Different Man. I think that is that the one with Sebastian Stan where he's unrecognizable.
Yes.
There we go. Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. All right. So
It's gotta be Substance.
I need to watch that. So once
Once you watch it, I hope you'll agree with me that it is a movie that does deserve this this if not just the nomination then the win.
I'll take your word on it.
But Different Man and Nosferatu are like dark horses. I wouldn't be surprised if either of those picked it up.
Yeah, same. I was thinking if it's not The Substance, which I think will win, I think it'll be Nosferatu or A Different Man. Again, kind of like best film editing, guys. Sometimes it's just the film that has the most makeup and hairstyling.
Right. This is a category that Suicide Squad won for, and Norbit got nominated in. So it's a very interesting category.
This category always only also used to have like two or three nominees a year,
Huh. Oh yeah, you're right.
and now it's been five now for a while. But I
I
remember
think that,
the first Star Trek reboot movie from J.J. Abrams that won it when there was only like two other nominees.
I think Suicide Squad is the last one I can remember that it had three.
Yeah, then it went back to five, or it went to five. Something with I don't know. Something was weird about the category, the way they nominated stuff.
It was.
They changed it because of Suicide Squad.
Right. Imagine.
Mm.
All right, so we got
Cinematography. And the nominees are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. Now, the only one I haven't seen of this category is Maria.
Same.
I mean, I also from the last category, I have yet to see A Different Man either, but I have seen the other four. I feel like I'm confident in saying it's going to The Brutalist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
either
I think
that or Dune. But I think Dune won for the first one.
It went
So
for the first one, so Dark Horse for Nosferatu.
Yes, I could see that as well.
See, I think the Brutalist will win,
Nosferatu.
guys, but I want Nosferatu to win.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Amelia Perez.
No.
No, well, I
No,
don't think it's going to be Maria either.
there's literally one segment where it's a musical sequence in Amelia Perez, and it literally has the same like camera rig setup as one shot from the Humble music video from Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my
It's
god.
Yeah, the scene where the part where he's like, "You do not that makes me a Obama just page me a. I don't fabricate it a." It's exactly that, but replace Kendrick with Zoe Saldana.
Matt, what
that's
scene was Matt? Was that the scene when they were at the dinner function?
Yeah, where she's dancing around and nobody's noticing her
Mm,
because it's a musical sequence, and she's like, uh, she's literally like,
the same
man,
beats.
that setup for that music video is so weird because she's dancing around and she's talking about how corrupt everyone is at this sort of charity function, but she's also like she's literally like got her legs around this one corrupt politician. She like nearly like kisses like her ex DA boss, and she uh, takes some hair off the girlfriend of a person that she helped get off a murder
Oh,
charge,
I remember
and
that.
literally rubs it on her groin. The setup for this musical is so goddamn weird, and what happens in that scene, it's like there's so many musical choices that are just baffling in Amelia Perez. If you can't tell people, I'm not a fan of Amelia Perez, mostly because it doesn't have to be a musical.
and to quote Peter Griffin, doesn't insist upon itself.
Hmm.
Uh no, I'm not going to use that that line of
The
criticism because apparently newsflash, it came out that uh he's he's actually trying to make fun of people with that criticism because apparently Seth MacFarlane in college had a professor who said that same criticism for The Sound of Music.
Oh yeah.
So it was like his little dig at that professor because I don't know if you knew this, but Seth MacFarlane is a huge fan of The Sound of Music.
Oh
I
yeah.
That
don't know
makes
if
that makes sense.
I don't know if any of you knew that.
And the joke in Family Guy was about the Godfather, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, they changed it to The Godfather, which is usually the one of the more ubiquitous uh, great
Well,
films.
I'm pretty sure
So
is there a whole episode where Family Guy parodies The Sound of Music.
there's a whole
It
sequence
wouldn't
where
shock me.
They
they
do the
three kids
there's a whole
copy.
sequence they do the climax, right?
There's a whole sequence where the kids, the Griffin kids, just do a song from The Sound of Music.
I remember seeing a clip online where they made fun of that scene when after like they announced the winners of the contest and that Nazi's like they're gone
Oh my
and
god.
and then it shows them going up the mountains. I don't know what the context of the episode was, but there was a whole sequence where they did literally just parodied the climax of The Sound of Music. Well, so
And anyway,
stupid.
that's the best cinematography lineup.
So
I feel like our we're gonna say each nominee, say which one we want, and then go off on a tangent.
all right, let's
We're
try
gonna have
that.
we're having fun. We're having fun. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping for the Brutalist.
Hmm. Yeah, I think the
And
Brutalists or Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And now production
Oh
design.
yeah,
Take it away, Zach.
best production design: The Brutalists, Conclave, Doom Part Two, Nosferatu, and Wicked. So I think Wicked could win this.
Yeah, I could.
I think I want either Brutalist or Wicked, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Dune Part Two came in and took this because the first one also took this as well. But
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like I feel like either Brutalist or Wicked.
I
Yeah,
also
I
thought the
agree.
production design for Conclave was really good. I was reading how meticulous and detailed they had to make the set design for Conclave because although they did film in Vatican City and around Rome, they didn't actually film inside the Vatican. So I think Conclave would be deserving of this. I mean, they all had really
Yeah.
good production design, but this is one of the few categories where I've seen every movie that was nominated. So
Oh yeah, me too.
yeah, so Conclave was they all were deserving of this, but maybe the Brutalist or Wicked, like Matt said, because the Brutalist literally is about
Architecture and
architecture and
design.
production
Oh
design.
yeah.
So we'll see.
But yeah, let's go to best sound. We have A Complete Unknown, Dune Part Two, Amelia Perez. God damn it. Wicked, The Wild Robot. Um, all right. I'm gonna go with oh god, this is a interesting category to say the least. Um,
From what I hear, yeah, that was a pun. I'm sorry.
That
I
was
don't know
good.
which one to pick, but if you were to like force me at gunpoint to pick one, I'll probably say Dune Part Two.
I'd probably say Dune Part Two as well.
What about
Same.
you, Zach?
Although music, I was gonna say Doom Part Two, but I know this category when it used to be two different categories. I believe this this best sound is mostly. I know now they give it to the sound mixers and sound editors, but before it was sound mixing and sound editing. I believe sound mixing went to a lot of musicals, so
Oh yeah,
that's why I'm
that's
not surprised to see Wicked Amelia Perez here. But I think Doom Part Two.
Neither am I.
I think Doom Part Two will win this one because I think the sound was just too encapsulating to ignore.
all right, Matt.
Also, I think only of these nominees, the only ones that have were in IMAX were Dune, uh, was Wicked in IMAX,
Yeah,
I don't think. Oh, it
and was
was.
Wild Robot in IMAX as well.
I'm not sure if Wild War was Wicked was because Wicked had to share it with Gladiator Part Two.
Oh, okay. Um. All right.
I
I'm Dune, 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 Dune,
Dune,
Dune,
Dune,
Dune, Dune.
Dune, Dune, Dune. It was it was nice to see the Wild Robot nominated here because I remember back in the day the Pixar movies would always get nominated for like these kinds of categories like best sound.
That had really good sound. I will. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it did.
The last time an animated film was nominated for best sound was back in for was Soul back in 2020, 2021.
That makes sense. All right, Matt. Oh, this is a good category for you.
Category? Oh God.
Oh God,
You hate this category.
there's fucking two from the
I've never been a fan of best original song, but I'll do it anyway. So
If you want to swap, I can do this, and you can do best original score.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
There's fucking two from fucking Amelia Perez. Oh my
It's a musical and an original musical. So that's fine. I don't care. El Amal from Amelia Perez, which is the song from that
That
scene that I
scene.
mentioned where she takes the woman's hair and rubs it on her groin. That's
Yeah, it's that scene.
The Journey, 6888. It's Diane Warren again.
For the
How many?
eighth consecutive nomination.
Eighth consecutive nomination,
and
and how many
16th,
total?
16th
16th. Okay.
overall.
Oh my god. Oh
We
god,
have
Diane Warren's the Kansas City
yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah, that's the journey from the film The Six Triple Eight.
Which I didn't know
Um,
existed till last week when
it's
Matt told me about it.
yeah, it's on not on Netflix. It's a drama. It's directed by Tyler Perry.
It's the first Tyler Perry movie nominated for an Oscar.
Is it? Is
Oh
Well,
it?
man.
well, from his like production company. I think he might have produced like maybe like Selma or no. Oh no, he produced maybe he did produce Selma. He produced Precious, I believe.
Hmm.
But
Um,
yeah, you'd have to check me on that. But I read somewhere that said that this was um the first nomination for a movie from Tyler Perry Studios.
um, Diane Warren is the Kansas City Chiefs.
But she doesn't win though.
Yeah,
Da-da-da!
Diane Warren has never won an Oscar.
She got an honorary one like 3 years ago.
I kind of feel bad now.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Then you have three more.
Oh yes, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, Mi Camino from Emilia Perez, and Never Too Late from the documentary Elton John, Never Too Late.
See, I was surprised about that.
Yeah, the surprising one was to me was Like a Bird and Never Too Late. I didn't think Diane Warren was actually going to get a consecutive one, but I also wasn't going to be surprised if she did, and she did. So, and she's here again. So, but I am going to go with El Mal because it's the better of the songs from Emilia Perez. Just as long as it doesn't go to Mi Camino.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the Amelia Perez songs. Um, I'd have to listen to them again, but I would say if it were me, El Mal would probably win.
Because I
But Mi
haven't listened
Camino could
to
also win too.
because I haven't listened to any of these. I'll just say Elmo.
Hmm. Yeah, I was disappointed that "Kiss the Sky" from the Wild Robot wasn't nominated.
That would have been a good one. I have no idea why it didn't get in.
It's weird. Yeah.
All right, so
Oh,
Zach,
best original score: The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot, and not Dune Part Two.
I remember. I think Conclave had a really good score.
It did. I noticed. I mentioned that to myself. I'm like, wow, this has a really good score. I think The Brutalist will still win this, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
surprised if
I'm
Conclave
going with the
won.
Brutalist. What with its da na na na.
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah, it's an earworm for sure. I don't. I'm a little surprised Wicked was nominated because I didn't think it was an original score.
I'm
It's
guessing it's the incidental music in between the musical segments.
it
Yeah,
must be,
I
yeah,
think
like
that's
the
what it
You know,
was. Yeah,
just the not incidental music, just the other music that is in between the musical segments.
that's
yeah.
what I'm gonna go with. Yeah,
But they couldn't nominate fucking Hans Zimmer. Really?
it's such bullshit.
It's like some mathematics kind of thing where it's like, oh, only like 30% or something. It doesn't. I
It's something, but I feel like it discriminates now against sequels. Like sequels are held to a different standard. They're like, oh, if you're a sequel, oh, like 80, 70% of the film has to have an original score. It's like, well, that's not fair to the. It's that's you're like punishing it for being a sequel, man.
Right?
But anyway, yeah, Brutalist for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So the next four categories, I have a feeling we not all, you know, they're not very known to us. 'Cause,
Well, yeah, this one's always a crapshoot. I know, Matt, you saw Sugarcane from the documentaries. I try to see at
mhm.
least one or two of the documentaries if they're available to me. I've been good the last couple years. I've seen a few of the documentary nominees.
But we got best animated short film. Beautiful Men in the Shadow of the. I'm gonna say this wrong. Cypress,
Cypress,
Cyprus,
the
yeah.
Cypress,
tree.
Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yacht. See, I haven't seen any of these. I don't know what any of these are, so I'm not gonna pick.
Matt, what have you heard? Anything?
Hmm. Maybe Yuck
I
for
was gonna,
animated short
I
film.
was gonna
I'd go
say
with
yuck. I was
Yuck.
gonna say yuck just for its title.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know what? We'll go with. I'll go with that.
I know me with
Uh.
me with Nubs.
Oh yes, Me.
We saw
It was
me,
on the
Alex,
short list. We saw
Oh
Me.
right. Oh right, right.
from it, the director of It's Such a Beautiful Day.
That's right. God damn it! How did I forget about that? All right.
You want me to do live action short film?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
Alien. Uh, and Yuja. I'm Not a Robot. The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. I think maybe I'd go with the latter.
yeah. I feel like the man who could not remain silent for some reason. I don't. I have nothing to base it off of. But
Yeah, like I don't know what these are, so you know.
well, sometimes they have released them in theaters, like in a compilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think some of the now I'm probably gonna go over um I'm gonna go over later on where you can find and stream some of the and watch some of these films that are nominated for the Oscars. All
Oh
you
yeah.
out there, I don't have listed where you can find the shorts, unfortunately. So you can either look out there for whenever a local theater near you is playing the shorts, which usually in February they probably are. I do know for a fact some of these shorts are available on Dailymotion, and I think one or two of the short films are going to be available on Netflix. So always check where on online on those on various streaming platforms, and I recommend as a tool for when you want to know like when things are going to be available online is the website whentostream.com, which will tell you when something's coming soon to streaming or VOD,
See,
All right.
which is where
Matt did the
which
hard work for you guys.
which is where I got all of my information from. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's
All
funny.
right.
I use the one that Letterbox uses, Just Watch. It's
Oh
that's
yeah.
also good as well. So,
probably yeah. I'll have to use that other one. All right, best
but
documentary.
I feel like it very infrequently updates. But that's just me.
Yeah,
All right, Zach. So
So I go with The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent, which is about a 90s uh, Muslim massacre, I believe.
I guess
okay.
I'll go with that too. I'll take your word for it.
All right, Zach. Take us away with documentary short film.
Yeah, it's one of the more interesting and baffling categories to me. No disrespect to them, of course. Best documentary short film: Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. So I don't
Hmm.
see any. I don't see any. I don't see any high profile like people nominated that did any of these shorts.
Yeah.
Um, well, to me, the only one that I recognize is Bill Morrison,
Oh yeah,
who
I've
I
heard of
remember.
him.
Yeah, he's done a lot of
Oh, it says he's the New York.
films related to
He's a
film.
New
Like,
York based filmmaker.
yeah, he directed one of my favorite films, Dawson City: Frozen Time,
Oh yeah.
which is a fantastic feature length documentary. If you like movies about just learning about old movies or just uh, the history of just a specific town, definitely look up Dawson City: Frozen Time. It's all about these silent films that were covered in the uh, buried in the a pool underneath a hockey rink. Um, and basically it kind of weaves this rediscovered and uh, still survive. Like some of them were even lost films too. All this like footage, and it's so interesting how it uses this degraded footage in the film. It's very, it's just a beautiful film. I gotta say.
Hmm.
So
Cool.
I recommend that. He is behind the film Incident, uh, which is going to be the one I'll go with.
Yeah, since you
Um,
said all that, you know.
Yeah, since you kind of convinced me.
but I don't know. Like I said, short films are never my forte for choosing like which one is going to
Yeah,
be the one to
exactly.
win. It's usually a crapshoot to me. Uh,
It is.
All right, so this next category, you
Oh,
guys know.
yes. What do you think? Best documentary
do you
feature
want
film.
me? Do you want me to go over documentary feature
Since it made me
as
angry.
well?
Well, no, I'll do it. But I was just gonna say, there's a certain film that did not get nominated, and it made me very angry. But
Oh, okay. You wanna go over that? Okay, it, it's no
so
problem.
we got Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, soundtrack to a coup d'état, and Sugarcane.
Do you
Uh,
want me to go over like what each one is about though?
Before you do that, first of all,
Okay.
no Will and Harper, fuck off. Also, I heard the Superman documentary was excellent. So,
It was not shortlisted.
uh,
Also, why it
That's
wasn't nominated?
that sucks because that was one of the that one actually like people like that performed okay at the box office.
That's because it's one of the
It
you
was a
very
Fathom
rarely
event.
get. Yeah, it was a Fathom event.
I
oh,
Okay,
wanted to see
so
it, but
I'll go over like what each one is about, and we'll go from there. So, Black Box Diaries is about uh, the director Shiori Ito documenting her sexual assault case. The film No Other Land is about. It's made by a bunch of Palestinian activists, so it's about uh, the current Israel Palestine conflict. I say that in quotation marks.
mhm.
Conflict.
well, yeah, okay.
Porcelain War is actually about Ukrainian artists during the current Russian war against Ukraine.
Another Ukraine documentary.
Um, Obviously, it's about artists who work with porcelain figurines. So then we have Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, which is basically about the murder of the leader of the Congo, Patrice Lumumba, and the American musicians that were involved in the protest against the murder.
Hmm.
And then the last one, which is Sugarcane, which is about
You've seen that one, right, Matt?
yes, it's about former well, it's about Native Americans who were formerly students of one of the residential schools up there. Those abusive schools, part of Canada's horrible history of Native American genocide.
Hmm.
So it's about like people trying to come to terms with it, doing an investigation in a specific school, finding bodies, stuff like that.
So, all right. So when you went over them, I'm gonna go with Porcelain War. It sounds most interesting to me.
Mm.
See,
Um,
I'm gonna go with Black Box Diaries because of the Me Too movement and stuff. I thought No Other Land, but I feel like voters might be weary of it because of the ongoing as Matt said, conflict in
Oh,
Israel and Gaza. But yeah,
Uh, I,
I could see
I
Porcelain
actually
War
would
win
go.
this.
I actually, personally, am going with No Other Land.
Oh, I like this is the first one we
As
all picked
my.
different ones. That's good.
The only thing is, I don't know whether or not the voters have seen it yet. It is actually, as we're recording, it has not gone. It hasn't even had a limited release. Where we are, at least around us, um, it's possibly going wide in February. Which I'm assuming that's when you are all listening.
Hmm.
So
So check your local theater.
hopefully it should. Yes, we'll be just check your local theater.
yeah. But yeah.
Should I do? Oh, it's
Oh
my turn
yeah,
to do an
here's a good
international film.
category for you, Matt.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. So best international film. So we have Amelia Perez, which is a French film, because it's got a French production, even though the film is mostly in Spanish.
What?
Yep.
That's
Yes,
weird. That's fucking weird.
yes. We
That's like
have
last year, wasn't the Zone of Interest was technically a British film.
yes, actually.
Yeah, but like,
It was from the United Kingdom, but the film was mostly in German.
but the Amelia Perez one, that's just odd. I'm sorry.
We have Flow, which is a Latvian film. Um, The Girl with the Needle. It's a historical horror film from Denmark. We have I'm Still Here. It is a true story about the military dictatorship in Brazil. Um, so obviously it's a Brazilian film. And then we have The Seed of the Sacred Fig, which it was taking it's a co-production with Iran and Germany, but Germany has it as put it up for contention for the Oscar for international film. So each country has their own like board that chooses their country's film to compete in this category. Iran didn't choose it, mostly because the director of The Seed of the Sacred Fig, Mohammad Rusalov, is actually um, on the run from possible arrest from the Iranian government.
A bunch of those Iranian directors.
But if I were
Um,
to pick something that's gonna win, I'm not picking Amelia Perez.
I feel like it could win, considering how much stuff it's been nominated for.
And that if
Uh,
it doesn't win
but
if it doesn't win best picture, it
I
could
hope
win
it
this.
doesn't, but
It could win this, but it could also be I'm Still Here.
yeah, I've heard that's good. I've heard the Sacred Fig is also really good.
Hmm.
So
I'm
this is
gonna
gonna.
go
Yes.
with
So the only two that I haven't watched are Girl with the Needle and I'm Still Here, which again is not yet available in theaters where we are. At least
Yes.
the latter one is. So um, hopefully by the time you're listening to this, I would have already watched this whole category. So there you go.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Amelia Perez, but the dark horse, I'm still here.
Just as long as it doesn't win actual Best Picture, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, you ready to read this one off?
Hmm. Best animated
Um,
feature.
here's this category. We got nominees to be determined, which is quite a thing this year.
Yes. Because
Do you want to quickly explain that, Zach?
yeah,
The
sure.
nominees to be determined.
I'll explain that. So there was a deadline article that showed up the day after the Oscar nominations came out, and I learned that there was a reason why on the morning of the Oscar nominations, when four films in a row had producers to be determined or nominees to be determined. So, um, the reason why is because of the Producers Guild of America. And what happened was they didn't fill in their paperwork, folks. So some of the films and mostly the PGA, um, it's because, if I'm reading this according to Deadline, it happened because those films, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, The Brutalist, and then some other films in other categories, as we see, like Flow. All right. It's because the PGA, those films did not apply to the PGA for their producers vetting process in a timely fashion. And so the blame falls on their feet. The PGA is now doing the vetting process anyway. But that scrutiny, which involves a body, hold on, fucking ad. But that scrutiny, which involves a body of PGA veterans who take a list of multiple choice answers furnished by credit seeking producers and then talk to department heads and others involved in each film to ascertain who was most vital in getting each picture to the screen, does take time. The PGA hopes to wrap up this process quickly. If nothing else, the Embarrassment Thursday is a reminder for wannabe Oscar winning producers to make sure that they petition the PGA and start the process well in advance. Producing can be a thankless job, but at least they get their shout out on global TV, and to be determined doesn't get to strut around as the hottest producer in Hollywood.
What?
Also, if you want, you can go to the Academy Museum store and you can buy a nominees to be determined T-shirt
Oh,
for
really?
$30, or if you're a museum member, 27.
Oh, wow, that's funny. They already capitalized on that.
Yes, it's very funny.
That is really funny. I might get that.
And
So
now, animated feature.
yeah, we're getting to the we're getting to the bigger categories, people. So we have Best Animated Feature, we have Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot.
Can I take a
So,
second? So when I was doing the prediction, I use Gold Derby to predict
Oh,
Oscars.
yeah, it's a good site.
Um, I had 5 out of 5 to this category, and I'm very proud of myself.
Good job.
so before I go on, I was gonna say something about how the Memoir of a Snail. It's the first rated R movie to be nominated in that category since Anomalisa in 2015.
See, I just learned that right before we came on tonight, guys, that I didn't realize it was rated R.
But in terms of what I think will win, sorry, Michael Mouse, this isn't your year.
Sorry, Michael.
But so I'm gonna say either Wallace and Gromit or The Wild Robot because those are both fantastic animated.
For me, I want to say it's either going to be The Wild Robot or Flow.
I still need to
I
see Flow.
want to lean towards Wild Robot
Yeah,
because considering it's also nominated for score and sound. Flow is also nominated for international feature film, so
yeah, no, that's I get
it could
that.
be determined either one. They're both fantastic films, but they both also do something very different. Um, but they're both worthy of getting the nomination. I wouldn't be sad if one got it over the other,
Mm.
frankly.
Yeah, so I am gonna go with the Wild Robot, but definitely could see Flow, and I think it'd be hilarious if Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul, if that like was a spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, Inside Out too. I mean, I know the first one won, but like,
Yeah, I
I
mean
don't.
Inside Out 2 was really good, but yeah, the first one won, so I'm okay for it not winning.
Yeah, so that's why I said sorry, Michael Mouse.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to take a quick break and talk about the Super Bowl, Alex, before we get to the heavy hitter categories?
Sure. Before we do that, first of all, I want to say fuck Patrick Mahomes. He's a bitch.
Oh,
He's a
well then.
bitch.
sorry, but he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
He does.
Um,
Um,
yeah, freaking
so
Chiefs again, man.
So the thing that pisses me off is, they're like, saying, "Oh my God, he's automatically better than Tom Brady," which fuck off. No, he's not.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a whole show just on that. Which might
So
be a
here,
good future show to do.
so here's the other thing. I saw a video on YouTube today that he has a theory that Taylor Swift already has a song recorded called "Three Pete" that's going to release the day after the Super Bowl.
And if they don't win, what'll happen to it?
I
She
guess
won't.
it'll just be lost media.
And what will it be called? Two Pete
To Pete.
Oh,
back
but
to back.
If I were like forced to watch this game, I'm gonna go with Philadelphia, obviously. Um, but for those that watched the game against the Bills last night, you could tell like they would not let the Bills win the game. Like,
Yeah, they could not get a first down in that fourth quarter. Alex, did you
and
watch the whole game?
I watched like the second half mostly.
Yeah, me too.
There was one part of the game where it's like it looked like the guy dropped the ball, and then the refs were like, "Oh no, he caught it."
Yeah, so stupid. I
You
also, I'm
could
gonna pick. Oh, go ahead.
you could tell the refs just suck his dick all day. But
Oh,
what were you gonna say, Zach? You were gonna pick Philly too if you were forced to watch this
yeah,
game.
I'm gonna pick Philly. I think they'll win this time. They'll get their revenge. I just think they overall look like a better team. I mean, from what I saw in the second half of the game last night, I feel like basically like Patrick Mahomes was carrying the entire team,
Yeah, pretty much.
like LeBron James in basketball years ago when he would like be carrying his team. Like I feel like no one really looked that good to me. I feel like the Eagles have a better all around team, and I feel like the Chiefs' defense is not as good as Philadelphia's. But
All I know is I
yeah,
don't want Patrick Mahomes' wife being a crybaby if they lose, because it will happen if they
I do.
do.
I do predict they'll win or lose that Travis Kelsey is going to propose to Taylor Swift on the field.
That, and I think he's gonna retire.
Yeah,
That's just me.
yeah. But did his brother retire at the same age?
His brother like just retired at the end of last season. I think he's in his like 30s.
And yeah,
But
Travis is getting to his late 30s. So yeah, considering he had like the worst year of his career, I think this year.
yeah, that's why I'm gonna say he's gonna retire.
Do you think he could propose too?
Not if they don't win, but I could see why you would think he would do that, win or lose.
I just feel like because they've been together now almost 2 years, they're both in their like mid 30s. Like I feel like it's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
happen sooner or later.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
But yeah, I
but
don't really have a prediction for the score. I think it'll be high scoring, but I think the Chiefs won't score. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say I don't think the Chiefs will score as much. Oh, great analysis.
there was some
No,
guy
but
on
I think
CBS.
I think Philly will score like in the 30s, and like the Chiefs will underperform and score like in the low 20s.
There was some guy on CBS after the game last night. He's like, "Don't be annoyed that they're like in the Super Bowl again. You're seeing greatness." I'm like, "Shut up."
I
Oh,
know.
my prediction. One team is gonna get more points than the other team.
That's how it works.
That's
That's how it works.
yeah, exactly. You got me. You got me.
Alex,
You know
tell the
what else I
listeners.
could see happening too is it'd be like that Super Bowl where he went up against Tom Brady when he was in Tampa and he just gets smothered the whole time. I could also
Yeah.
see that happening.
And then Alex, tell listeners about the meteor.
Oh, so there was a meme where it was like two Americans winning, rooting for in the Super Bowl, right? And it was most of the map was gray, right? It said a meteor strike, and then Pennsylvania was Philly, and Missouri was Kansas City. Or if you're Donald Trump, they play in Kansas.
So So for some reason, the meteor would not hit Pennsylvania or Missouri, but it would hit every other of the 48 states.
Well, I mean, the Super Bowl's in isn't it in Louisiana?
Yes, it is.
Louisiana.
So maybe it'll hit in Louisiana.
Yeah. Hopefully, then the game will just never end.
Only thing I'm excited about is Kendrick Lamar
Oh
calling
yes.
Drake a pedophile in front of a live Super Bowl audience. That's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, Matt. Quickly, what are your predictions for his performance?
All right, so all we know is it could be something from his last album, GNX, but it could be anything. He could also do any number from any of his previous albums,
Right.
as they usually tend to do, right?
They do. They
At
usually
the
do
Super
like
Bowl
one or
halftime
two.
shows.
They do like one or two from their new album, and then the rest are like their hits.
Right. So I think his last number one, Squabble Up, that's definitely going to be it. Uh, TV off because I feel like the crowd will go crazy when he yells mustard.
Yeah,
You
they
know that'll
will.
be great. That'll be great.
They announced him with
He's gonna
SZA,
perform
right?
with yeah, he's gonna be performing with SZA. So I think they'll perform the two songs that she's on off his last album, so Luther and Gloria. But I feel like it'll probably be a medley, and they'll play like all the stars as well,
Mhm.
Hmm.
which to me makes sense. It's one of their bigger hits. It's Oscar nominated song.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Was that in Black Panther?
that was from the Black Panther soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but he could do other songs. N95, Money Trees. I'd be surprised if he played All Right because didn't he already do that at a previous Super Bowl?
I believe he did. Yes.
Yeah, so, but I mean, that's one of his big songs, so I wouldn't be surprised about that. I don't think he's going to do anything from his first album, but I would be very surprised.
And then to
Hmm.
Pimp a Butterfly, he's got
To
to
Pimp a
probably
Butterfly.
he's got to perform a song from that. That was like his most critical, one of his most critically acclaimed albums.
like all right.
Yeah.
He could do something like that. He could do
Yeah.
King Kunta, um, or something along those lines. Uh, Probably something off of Damn.
Oh yeah, that was a big album. That's what I discovered him a little
Damn,
bit.
like Humble,
Oh yeah.
or DNA, or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think he'll do the diss track?
Yes, yes,
I,
he's
I
gonna
think he's
play.
I think
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
play,
open up with that.
or his entire thing is going to be it's just him playing Not Like Us like 12 times, just
Remember
starting
you
and
said
stopping
Yeah,
Not
no,
that.
I
Like
can
Us like
see
12
it.
times.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll say Matt's our Kendrick Lamar fan, so I was curious what he thought. I hope it's a good performance. I'm looking forward to it. I like that they picked somebody currently popular this year because the last couple of years they picked like, I mean, I know The Weeknd was kind of current, but his popularity was kind of going down at that point. Usher was from like,
I mean, didn't he had like a big album the year before?
oh yeah, he had, and then he had that big song, "The Blinded by the Lights," which was that was actually cool, a good performance at the Super Bowl. But like, we had like Rihanna and Usher the last couple years, and they both were like famous like 20 years ago.
Rihanna hasn't had an album in like over a decade.
Yeah.
And she did
And,
that while she was pregnant, which was,
like I remember there were songs that her and Usher were singing. They did it separate Super Bowls, but there were songs that they were singing that I remember listening to and hearing in like elementary school. And I'm 27 now. So I'm
uh,
glad they picked somebody current to sing.
I just wish they picked someone different to play in the game, but
Oh,
that's a
just
different.
quickly before but just quickly before we go back to the Oscar nominations and wrap those up, I want to say that I know we do predictions for movie trailers. We'll see. I think we're going to see trailers for Jurassic World Rebirth, Thunderbolts. Um, I think we're going to see it. I don't think we'll see a trailer for Captain America: Brave New World because that's going to be coming out like out the next week.
Yes. So yeah, no. I mean, I feel like we'll see like a TV spot, but that's really it.
Yeah, like maybe a quick TV spot. Maybe Elio. We might see. We
Oh
might
yeah,
see.
that's coming out this year.
Yeah, we
I
might see that.
think. All right.
Not a ton
Mikey
though that I could
Mikey
think of.
17. There might be something for Mikey
Oh
17.
yeah, right. Because it'll be almost a month till that comes out.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's coming out in March. That's right.
Do you think there'll be a Snow White one?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There could be.
Minecraft. There's probably going to be something with Minecraft.
All right, because there'll be younger kids watching the Super Bowl, so that makes sense.
For me,
And what about Sinners? The
Oh
new
yeah,
Ryan Coogler
Sinners.
film.
Yeah.
I
They
could
could
see
do
that.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say the new Avatar movie, but that's not coming out till December. I
No,
feel like they'll
the
wait for
last
that.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
Yes, the
that's
last
definitely
Mission
gonna be
That
Impossible. Yes, yeah,
it's
that'll
only
probably.
they only have the teaser right now, so I can imagine like a longer
Yeah,
trailer getting released there.
yeah, that's a good one, Matt. Because I think
Hmm.
one of the recent ones made its full trailer debut during a Super Bowl. So I don't know if it was the sixth one, maybe.
Are you
So
talking about Impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been the
so
one with Streets and
it's got to
Ethan.
be like summer stuff. I like your prediction of the Jurassic World Rebirth. 'Cause I
Right.
didn't think
Yeah.
of that, but that might be a good one. I don't think we have a trailer for that yet,
Yeah. So
so
they could do like a teaser.
they could do a teaser for that. But I'll go with Mission Impossible and a new maybe a new trailer for Minecraft,
Oh, maybe a new trailer for that Karate Kid
and
movie.
Oh yeah,
a new trailer for Mikey 17.
That's good, Matt.
Um, something along those lines. And Dark Horse Sinners, maybe, because I just saw the trailer for that, so they might
Right.
uh, do
there's
that as well.
there's definitely gonna be trailers for some Michael Mouse movies. So probably like Lilo and Stitch or what
No,
have
Yeah.
Snow
you.
White.
Snow
Oh yeah,
White because
Snow White. Right.
that's coming out the next month in March. So
Oh yeah, Lilo and Stitch comes out the same day as Mission Impossible, actually. So
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So summer stuff, nothing for the fall or winter. I would
yeah.
be. Oh, I know what they'll do.
Yeah.
I think maybe the final season of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, are they finished wrapping with that?
They finished filming. Yeah, I think like almost 2 months ago now.
I
I
think
think
there's
because
gonna
I
be.
think the last season trailer premiered during the Super Bowl, or I think it might have been like a sizzle reel of Netflix stuff. It was a trailer for Netflix originals, and it like made the sizzle reel.
Either that or I definitely think there was a
New
trailer.
Superman trailer?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
the
I
new
was
Superman
thinking.
trailer.
Okay, so what do we got? New Superman trailer, Jurassic World, Alio,
Mickey
um,
17,
Mickey
Snow
17,
White. You
Karate Kid
said.
Legends, Snow White, Mission Impossible, Lilo and
Oh,
Stitch live action.
maybe the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, that could
Oh
be.
yeah, I saw a trailer for that the other day.
I did too, and I was like, eh.
Eh.
I'll stick with the animated, thanks.
The dragon literally looks. It's a carbon copy of the animated dragon. They didn't even attempt to make it look
But
different.
like the thing is, it's like that
Yeah, but
movie.
then people would be upset because oh, you could different. It's like you should not make it at all.
I know. It's like, come on. And yeah,
No,
Sinners is a good one, Matt, to include.
Just
Yeah, we have some.
remake something different. Do the Black Cauldron. They should remake the Black Cauldron and be like close to the book.
I like to see a Disney Plus
I'd
TV
like to
series of
see
that.
like the but no, we have to do Snow White now.
but
Fuck
like
off.
the
No,
thing is, How to Train Your Dragon's not even that old. So like, I don't understand.
All these animated companies like saying like we gotta make it live action now. It's like why?
but
But
like,
like,
I'm pretty sure people that saw the original How to Train Your Dragon, like us or whatever, like a lot of them don't have kids yet, where they could take their kids to see it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah, that's what I think
it's
is
still
weird.
too new.
The movie's 15 years old. Like I think that's weird.
Yeah, yeah, but those are some good choices you guys had for. Yeah, so that sounds good. And then maybe a teaser for Stranger Things. But yeah,
All
all
right,
right,
so
we'll go back. We got our major
We're going back.
categories. Alex, best adapted
Uh,
screenplay.
yeah, Alex.
we got a complete
Yeah,
unknown, Conclave, which I did not know was based on a novel. Um,
I did not know that either till like I saw the movie over the weekend.
Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sang. So I'm gonna probably go with Conclave here, because that and a complete unknown are the only two I've seen. So
I've seen all of these, and personally, I'd go with Conclave. I would be really happy if Nickel Boys and Sing Sing won. Um,
I didn't know Sing Sing was based off of a book either.
and I'd be miffed if Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez won. But my vote is for Conclave. I think if it gets an Oscar that night, this is the one it
would be
deserves.
for that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this might be the only category it wins anything. So that'll be nice for if it wins that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Conclave for best adapted screenplay as well.
All right. Original screenplay. Let's go. We've got Honora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbet, and Mona Festvold. A Real Plane, a Real Pain, Jesse Eisenberg. We have September 5th, Mortiz Binder and Tim Fellbaum, also co-written by Alex David. And The Substance, Coralie Farge.
I'm going with Honora. That
I'm going
was
with Honora as well.
I'm also going with the Nora, and I know,
Dark
yeah,
Horse, A Real Pain.
that one was really well written.
yeah,
So
a Nora. I mean, I don't think the Brutalist will win this one because I think it'll win in other major categories. Honestly, though, I feel like the Substance would deserve it too. I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like that was one of the most original movies to come out of last year. You know how like Jordan Peele won for Get Out? I wonder if the same sort of thing could
oh
happen.
yeah, no, I gotcha.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Honora. Give it to Annie. All right, so best supporting actress. Here we go, people.
All right.
All right, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown. Ariana Grande for Wicked. Felicity Jones for The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. And Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. So I think because the supporting categories usually are pretty much a lock and people usually sweep the award circuit, I'm going to go with Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. Plus, I mean, she's worked in the industry for a long time now. She deserves it.
Yeah,
And I think she gave the best performance in the movie.
And she's cough,
So
kind of a lead.
even though I think she should be the lead,
And yeah,
but
you could say the same thing for
so
Ariana Grande for Wicked. I feel like she was kind of like a lead too.
I mean, you could, but Alphaba is the main
Yeah,
character.
it's the
Let's be
story.
honest,
Yeah,
she's the main character.
yeah.
But Ariana Grande is also good. This is also one where I've seen
I've seen
all
them all
the
too.
I've seen all of the I've seen almost every single acting category except one Best Actress nominee.
that we'll get to.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the I'm Still Here. Yeah, but
yeah,
that's not your
so
I will
fault
be
because that's not
watching.
wide yet.
it's not wide yet. So
Alex, what do
uh,
you think?
if I was
Me?
to pick one,
Oh yeah, sorry, Matt didn't pick yet.
yeah, to win, I think it's Zoe Saldana. It's not my favorite because I feel like Margaret Qualley was snubbed. But
Yeah, I'd probably say Felicity Jones, maybe. Yeah.
I Oh yeah, Felicity Jones. Yeah, because if the
Felicity
brutalist like
Jones was
real
really good.
if the brutalist really cleans up, I could see Felicity Jones winning. Um,
Um,
I thought Jamie Lee
Uh,
Curtis was snubbed for The Last Showgirl.
I think
Um,
people were pissed about her winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once for some
they were
reason.
I was happy actually.
I mean, I liked it, but she of the two nominees from that year in that category, I wanted the other one to win personally.
Hmm. Yeah, and I feel like
No
although she
offense
was
to her, because she was good in it. She
yeah,
was good in
and
it,
no
but
offense to Isabella Rossellini, she was like only in the movie for like probably 10 minutes.
That is true, yeah. So it's like
I mean that's fine. But she was good. She
No,
was good
yeah,
in it
she was
too.
still
So
good. I was just surprised she got a nomination. I know we've had short performances nominated before, and even in lead roles, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it was just so short. Her
so she's like a
role.
Judd Hirsch from 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she was in key scenes, so I get it. All right, Alex, best supporting actor.
All right, I'm gonna fuck up this name. Yura Borisov.
I think
I
that's
think
pretty
you got it right.
close. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Is that the one I thought was Andrew Barth Feldman? Or not?
No, that's he's one of the henchmen.
He's Igor. You know, the one
He-
that
The one that's nice to
holds
Honora.
Nora down.
He's
Oh,
nice to
right,
her.
right.
He's the nice one.
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown. That was one I was surprised by. Guy Pearce in The Brutalist. He was an asshole, so I see it. I can see that,
That yelling he did.
right? Oh, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice as Roy Cohn. To
Yep.
quote from, he's rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah, he was Trump's mentor. A lot of the things that Trump does now are because of Roy Cohn.
I think, like you were saying, Zach, this is one where like supporting is pretty much a lock, and based on the Golden Globes, I think it's gonna go to Kieran Culkin.
Yeah, me too. I feel like Kira Culkin's going to win this. It's crazy saying that. I never thought he would win an Oscar, but and also fun fact, he's competing against his TV show brother Jeremy Strong from Succession.
That's true. Oh, I
It's
didn't
kind of
really
cool.
that didn't really one to one with me, but that's funny.
I feel like Oscar host Conan O'Brien will make a joke about that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Really,
Kieran Culkin as well. Although my favorite performance in this lineup is Guy Pearce.
yeah,
Yeah, Guy Pearce was good. That'd be interesting if he won.
because like
I'm
Zach
surprised
said,
he was never nominated before. I don't think.
it's an interesting category because like they're basically locked in.
I mean, the only year I could think of where it was a surprise was when Mark Rylance won for well, what was that
They're
movie?
just spies.
Bridge of Spies, because everybody thought Tommy Lee Jones was going to win. Oh, also the
Oh, I
year that
thought people thought like people were rooting for Stallone.
Wait, what movie was Tommy Lee Jones in that
oh my
year?
God, you're right. I'm so sorry. The year that it was Tommy Lee Jones was when Christoph Waltz won for in Non-Glorious Bastards,
You were
Django
thinking
Unchained.
of 2 years before.
Yes.
Oh,
So
for
when
Django, you
so
mean?
yeah, so he was not predicted to win. It was Tommy Lee Jones was predicted for Lincoln, but Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained. And that's right. Mark Rylance was not predicted to beat Sylvester Stallone for Creed.
Great.
That was the
Yeah.
last year I remember where supporting was kind of a shock. Oh, also Jamie Lee Curtis was a shock because people thought that Angela Bassett was going to win for Black Panther, Wakanda
Yeah,
Forever.
because she
So
did the thing.
she did the thing. Angela Bassett did the thing.
I still don't know
But
what that is. I still don't know what that
I
means.
just don't know what that means either. But yeah, so yeah, best supporting actor, we got that. All right, Matt, take it away. Best actress.
Best actress: Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. So, like I said, Fernanda Torres is the only nominee in the any of the acting categories I have yet seen. So keep that in mind. But my pick has always been Mikey Madison for
Like, yeah,
Honora.
mine.
But
Yeah,
I
me
also wouldn't be
too.
surprised, considering the Golden Globes, that Demi Moore for The Substance doesn't grab this at the last moment. But also Fernanda Torres has also been making a splash because she also won the Golden Globes, and then she just recently won the was it the Satellite Awards?
Yeah.
So it could go either way. For I say those two are the dark horse, but I still go with Madison.
Yeah, me too.
See, I'm gonna go with Demi Moore. I feel like it's a good story for her to win.
Well, I
Um,
haven't
but
I haven't
my,
seen it yet, so
but yeah,
but,
I would say
You
Mikey.
too need to see it.
I
no,
It's
I
know
read
good.
some,
it's so hard
so
to
Substance is
access
really
it though.
good. It's on Mubi.
I know, random streaming service.
Mubi's not a random streaming service.
It isn't.
It, it's been very it's been around for years.
Oh, well, I'm just. I guess I
It's
didn't. I guess I didn't get the memo. I'm just kidding. I heard a movie. I know it's some things have been on there. I just I will I'll see it. I will see it on movie or I will see it somehow. But
I'll see it
yeah.
on Mubi. I'll see it on Tubi. I'll see it on Fruby. I'll see it on Bloopy.
Well, no,
yeah,
I'm
that's what.
planning to watch both of
I'm
those.
just yeah, I know. I'm just making fun of the streaming
Yeah,
service
but
names.
I don't know. I feel like Fernando Torres could like be a spoiler, but I feel like people would be pissed about that because it's from a foreign film. But whatever. I mean,
Weirder things have
it's a
happened.
So and
it's a stacked
Sophia
category.
Loren won in the same category, like back in '62.
Oh yeah, she did. But
Or it's
yeah,
random
I'm gonna go with Demi Moore,
category.
but I agree with you guys. Mikey Madison could easily win this too. All right, best actor. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, oh wait.
Yes,
Oh yeah, it is. Best
yes.
actor: Adrian Brody, The Brutalist; Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown; Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing; Ralph Fiennes for Conclave; and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice as the Donald.
The
The
Donald.
Don,
I love
the
it.
Don,
The Don.
He'll
the
say it's
Don.
rigged if he wins.
Hold on.
So
He did actually say something about this uh
Oh, Trump.
just
did he
recently.
acknowledge the nomination?
Uh well, it wasn't him. It was obviously someone
The Office.
from his administration talking about it. Just
Of course
basically
they did.
said that it was fake news and stuff like that. Um
Of course.
obviously.
Obviously, the
Uh,
Oscars are fake. There's been 97 years of fakeness.
Or as our other friend would say, 97 years of wokeness.
I think
97 years of woke.
Um,
guys, Adrian Brody's gonna win this, but I really want Ralph Fiennes to win because I feel like he's been overdue for an Oscar for a long time.
so
I
Rafe
here's
think
my
he
thing.
should have won for Schindler's List over Tommy Lee Jones. I think his
I'll
performance.
agree. I'll
Yeah,
agree. Nothing against Tommy
yeah.
Lee
No, Tommy Lee
Jones. I
Jones
mean,
is
he's
just
also
as a
really
deserving
good in that.
actor.
I don't care.
I
What?
don't care. I just gotta bring you in.
No, yeah, that Alex is confused. That was from The Fugitive, which he won for.
Oh, right, right.
I
Yeah, and
didn't
like
kill
also
my
like
wife.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't care.
care.
I I still have to bring you in.
I haven't seen The Fugitive, but I know that meme. I forgot about it.
The
So,
and I feel like he was either that year or the year before or the next year where he was in like 3 or 4 movies.
oh, so like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, and not saying he didn't deserve it, but I feel like Ralph Fiennes. I don't know. I it's gonna probably be
Was
Adrian Brody, but I
it
really
was
want
it
Ralph
was
Fiennes to
definitely
win.
a Rafe Fiennes' performance in Schindler's List was like a very evil role. Although it doesn't even like eclipse even half of the evil stuff that character in real life most likely did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it doesn't even come close to the characters that Christoph Waltz has played in his movies.
Oh, yeah, I'll agree that Adrian Brody is probably going to win for this for playing Laszlo Tuth.
Yeah. So my thing is,
But I would love Coleman Domingo to get this for
yeah,
his
I've
role
heard
in
he's
Sing Sing.
great in it.
He is great.
Yeah,
I
it's a
wouldn't mind. I
back-to-back
wouldn't mind
nomination
if,
for
although
him.
I also wouldn't mind if Ray Fiennes also picked this up.
Right.
Um, Although I don't know, maybe he'll get the BAFTA.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's
So
that's my
yeah,
two cents.
and I thought like an early front runner was Sing Sing, and a lot of people said Sing Sing was going to be a front runner to win Best Picture, which we'll get to. But I like
That
to
was
see. I,
snubbed. That was
it was
snubbed. I know
yeah, it
we're
was
not getting. We haven't gotten the best picture yet.
yeah. Or we haven't
Snub.
done a lot about the snubs, but yeah, I feel like it'd be cool if he won. And he was nominated last year for Rustin, so I feel like he's knocking at the door. I know he's playing Michael Jackson's father in the biopic Michael, so I'm wondering if maybe he'll win next year for Best Supporting Actor, but we'll see.
Update on that. Apparently, they have to rewrite the
I
third
heard.
act because they
They
couldn't
included the victims'
include
names,
the
which
they couldn't include the victim in the 1993 lawsuit against him,
makes sense because they
um,
signed NDAs about that.
which signed NDAs. But now they have to scrap whatever they had for the third
Oh yeah, I
act,
think they
which is
legally.
it's crazy. You know, I hope it's not like, oh, they make it like he's lying or something like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure they make it so it's like they make. I heard that just off topic for a second that the movie makes it like Michael was innocent, which makes sense because it's from his perspective. But I feel like if it
I
was
feel like
if it
that's
was a,
bad
I know
for
I feel like that is
victims
bad.
of sexual assault and
No, I agree.
pedophilia.
Yeah, and I feel like if anything they should have just went on a non-biased or partisan tone and should have just balanced it
Well,
between
they can't do that because it's with the family. That's
the
why.
The
The
And then,
family. The
oh
family's
yeah,
when
making
you're
it.
a Jackson,
apparently
your
like the
family.
filmmakers forgot that they couldn't do it or something. I thought that was
Yeah,
weird.
I thought it was weird. They said that they missed that in the script. I'm like, really?
Yeah, is that what Variety reported or something like
Yeah,
that, or it was some?
Variety was like the estate for Michael Jackson, which I don't even
They just simply forgot.
they just simply missed that they included the names of the assault victims that alleged that Michael Jackson assaulted them and molested them.
But like, I wonder like how they're gonna do the third act now because of that.
I feel like they'll just make like, basically be like a generic like court scene. I feel like that's what they're gonna do. I don't they I appreciate them not ignoring it completely, which I thought is what they were going to do, but they went too hard, I guess. Not to be insensitive to the victims, but they went more than I thought about that. So we'll
Hmm.
see. I mean, I think it's still going to come out in October or whenever it's supposed to, November,
You know
whenever
what's
that.
funny? That last Michael Jackson movie, like that concert movie, that came out in October as well. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
Wasn't there? There was also a big uproar when there was that. You remember that movie where it was the Crossroad trip with it was Michael Jackson, Liz Taylor, and what was it, Marlon
Marlon
Brando?
Brando, and it was like them leaving because of 9/11.
Yeah,
They were like going on like a road trip because I don't know if it was because of 9/11 or it was during 9/11.
I
I
remember
don't
there was a
know.
big uproar about the who was
Well,
cast for.
I know Elizabeth Taylor. She got had one of her marriages was at Neverland Ranch, which was Michael Jackson's like theme park, which I think might be closed now.
I don't think anyone is there. I don't know.
Yeah, it might just be like a museum for him, but yeah. So yeah, best actor Adrian Brody. He might lose some votes with the AI controversy, but I still think he'll win. But again, Coleman Domingo
Well,
Ralph Fiennes would
I
be
think the
cool.
voting. I thought the voting ended.
Oh, did it?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
no, actually, the nomination. Uh, I don't think the voting's ended yet. Now that I think about it, the voting for the nominees
It's going to be
ended
ending soon,
before
though, Matt.
the
You're right.
before the AI controversy. But
Yeah, I think.
I'm not so certain.
Let me check the calendar. So key dates. Final voting ends February 18th, 2025.
Okay.
Final voting begins February 11th. So in about um, let's see, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow,
All
voting
right.
will begin.
Not to date when this episode comes out
Oh
or
yeah.
was
Oh,
recorded.
whoops, whoops. Okay.
Oh, no, it's no problem.
All right, Alex, best director.
All right. So Sean Baker, Nora, Brady Corbett, the Brutalist, James Mangold, the Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, director. I'm not butchering that name.
It's Jacques Audiard. Audiard.
And then the Substance director.
Coralie Farge.
I'm bad with pronouncing names. I'm sorry.
That's no problem.
But I really hope Sean Baker wins this one.
I think it's gonna be Brady Corbet.
I also think it's going to be Brady Corbett. I'm annoyed that Denis Villeneuve was snubbed again. He literally has never been nominated for best director. He's like basically he was like Christopher Nolan from a few years ago. How his all his films kept getting nominated for Oscars and he was never nominated until
He
Dunkirk.
was
I think.
he was nominated. Was he not nominated for Inception?
I don't think he was.
But
Let
he
me do a
won.
quick check.
But he won
I
for
could.
Oppenheimer.
He won for.
Oh yeah, he was not.
He was known for
I forgot. It was
Oppenheimer.
I forgot it was King's Speech, Black Swan,
Yeah.
True Grit, Social Network, and The Fighter. Fucking David O. Russell. Fuck you.
Yeah. Exactly.
His first nomination was Dunkirk. Yeah.
A lot of people were pissed that that the director of Conclave was it Edward Berger wasn't nominated for best director.
Yeah, he would have been good in this category.
People were annoyed that James Mangold was nominated for a Complete Unknown, but I mean, it was a fine film. I mean, it was
It's
nominated for a bunch
okay.
of other Oscars, but
It it's okay.
I mean,
Or
I
Wait,
feel
how
like it was either
or it's
him
all
or
right.
it's all right.
wait, when Matt said "fuck you, David O. Russell," did he win for The Fighter?
No, he's never won an Oscar, but he used to be
Oh,
nominated a lot.
I gotcha. Oh,
I
that's why he said "fuck you, David O. Russell" because Christopher Nolan wasn't nominated. I
also it's
gotcha.
nice. It's nice to see a female nominated again this year. I like how they've been doing that. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, if not Sean Baker, definitely Brady Corbet.
who I never heard of until The Brutalist, but apparently he was an actor.
Yes. Brady Corbet was in the Funny Games remake,
Oh yeah, looks like Oliver Kittredge. Oliver
and
Kittredge. I remember that.
the coming of age movie Mysterious Skin, the Greg Araki film with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He was also in 13, apparently.
And he is director of a Michael film, Vox Lux.
Oh yes,
Oh,
our
the
friend
movie
Michael,
I thought the
who will
movie
try
where
to get on. Who will try to get on as a guest star, a
We'll
guest,
try. Yeah,
guest
we should get him on the
as a
pod
guest.
soon. Our friend
I
Mike.
thought Zach said box lunch when he said box lunch.
Box lunch.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm not talking about the department store.
Yeah. So Matt, take us away with Best Picture.
Yeah, take us
Best
home.
Best Picture with all nominees to be determined. All right, we have
Most
Honora,
from what I'm looking at on Wikipedia.
Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
So 2 out of my top 3 movies from 2024 are nominated, but I don't know which one of them is going to win. I say 2 out of the 3 because my second favorite was Saturday Night, and it didn't get nominated for shit.
Yeah, that was
It
annoying.
didn't get nominated for shit.
I know that was annoying. I don't know why it wasn't.
You were pissed about that too.
Yeah, I didn't think about it a lot until like the next day
Did you
after
see
the
that
nomination.
it's on Netflix now?
I did see that. Yeah, maybe I'll rewatch it. So I've seen
All right,
7 out of 10 of
so
these, which is better than I am at this point. Usually, guys. Usually, I see only about half of these at this point, or less than half,
Yeah,
like 4 or 5. So
I
I've
I've
say
seen seven out.
seen
I've seen 7 out of 10,
9.
which is pretty good for me at this point. Oh,
I've
you see
seen
yeah.
9 out
9?
of
Good
10. I've seen
job.
9. Yes,
I mean, I'll probably see the substance before. Before I don't know if I'll be able to see. I'm still here, Nickel Boys before the Oscars. I mean, we'll
you
see.
should see Nickel Boys.
I mean,
You
if it
should.
plays in a theater near me, I'll see it.
Sid Randolph.
Oh yes,
But
Not to
say where we live, but
say where around we live, but you know.
yeah, it could be anywhere. But I'm gonna go with. Oh, Matt, you go because you announced these first.
All right, so this lineup has uh, 6 of really great films, one really good film that I like, uh,
and one shit.
a kind of mediocre film, one kind of shitty film, and a film I haven't seen yet. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Um, I think I've been predicting this for a bit, but I think it'll go to Honora. Um,
Yeah.
but it would be great if the Brutalist or Dune Part Two or even Nickel Boys won. I also wouldn't mind if Conclave won, which I think is better than Edward Berger's last film, the remake of All Quiet on the Western Front.
Mhm.
Well, just as
Um,
long as Amelia Perez doesn't win, that'll be happy.
I don't think it's gonna win. If it does, I'd be surprised
I would be shocked if Amelia Perez won.
because
Like
the
it
the
had that
Academy
much
also doesn't
industry
really like
clout.
Net. The Academy doesn't really like Netflix either.
Yeah, it'll prefer an Apple TV movie before a Netflix movie. That's
That
very
was
funny.
great.
Oh,
I was
That was
I
oh,
was
funny.
so happy that happened. I was like, "Fuck you, Netflix,"
Fuck you, Netflix.
because they
so
try so hard and they're so stupid about having their movies come to theaters. It's just so stupid.
so my thing right is I need to see 4 of these. And by the time this episode has come out, I will have seen 2 more of them.
There we go.
There we
And those are
go.
Amelia Perez and the Substance. But like Matt was saying, I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm gonna go with an but
So you think of Nora as well?
yeah. Oh, when you said mediocre film, Matt, are you talking about A Complete Unknown? You didn't seem to be too.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, don't think twice. It's all right. Uh,
I mean, I didn't
it's
hate it.
it's a good film.
Yeah,
It's an entertaining film. Timothy
it
Chalamet
is.
is really good. Um, but I just feel like it doesn't elevate the standard of like just a standard musical biopic,
Yeah, I was surprised it got eight.
biopic,
I was
biopic.
I was
However
surprised
you
about.
fucking pronounce it, I don't fucking care. Sorry, that was a little tangent there.
No, it's fine.
I was surprised it got 8 nominations though. I didn't think it was gonna get that many.
Also, I think I also think like the movie I'm Not There is just a much better movie.
Oh yeah,
A much better and a
I can
much
still
bolder
see
movie
that.
and a much more interesting movie. Also, I think I preferred Kate Blanchett's Bob Dylan over Tim Chalamet's Bob Dylan.
Oh, I think there was a meme about that.
You know what was fucked is like this guy's last movie that wasn't Indiana Jones that got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. I was not crazy about it, so like
Ford v Ferrari is a decent movie. It's a uh, I do agree with our friend Mike when he said it was a boomer movie. I do agree with that
Oh,
I mean,
sentiment.
yeah.
I
But that last act, which is just Le Mans, is actually a really good action segment. I got to admit, the sound design in that film is also just fantastic.
I'm
Just balls to the wall car racing. So I think it's a decent enough film.
I'm sorry, but once I saw that movie, I have no memory of it.
That's
Like
fair.
I saw it on TV, and then like literally a week or two after I saw it, I'm like, I don't remember anything I just watched. I just thought it was, except for like the things that Matt said, I thought it was a pretty forgettable movie.
It's the weakest of that Best Picture lineup. I gotta admit,
It was just
from
very
the
forgettable.
2019 films, it's the weakest.
No, it is.
So I'm also gonna go with Honora. But I think the Brutalist is probably gonna win. But I think Honora will surprise and win. I think we're due for a surprise Best Picture
We
winner,
are.
especially with the last few years. It's been kind of predictable. The last surprise I feel like was probably Parasite.
Yeah,
That was like
I would agree with that.
so yeah, I'm gonna go with Honora, but the Brutalist will probably win. But I think Honora's gonna pull it out. I was surprised. I wasn't surprised by a lot of the Best Picture nominees. The only thing I was surprised about that got a nomination was I'm Still Here.
Yeah, I was surprised about that
I
too.
thought that would go to like maybe September 5th or I don't even know.
Sing Sing.
Sing Sing or A Real Pain.
But like the thing with September 5th is like, do we really need another movie like Munich?
Munich
Yeah,
or like Argo. It reminded me a lot of Argo from what I've read about it.
I think if you replace the Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez and you put in Sing Sing and something else, maybe like Challengers or A Real Pain or something like that, this would be a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as good of a lineup as last year's, but I think it's. What do you think, Matt? I think it's still pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody.
even
I
though
think most of
last
them are
year's
good.
lineup I didn't love Maestro, but the rest of the films were pretty good. So I can agree with that sentiment. This lineup isn't as good as the last year's. Keep in mind, I still haven't seen I'm Still Here, but that's just because distribution is fucked.
Fucked, yeah.
I mean, I would say a lot of them, based off of the
And so was
nominations,
the distribution on Sing Sing. I gotta say, A24, you really dropped the ball on that one. You really screwed the pooch. You have no one to blame but yourself. I guess you just focused on the Brutalist, and that's fine. But Sing Sing, it also got like 3 other nominations that you could have done something with it, but you just shat it out. You didn't care about it. It's a great movie. I'm really sad that because it might not win anything, and it's not even a Best Picture nominee, so it's kind of, it's not in there,
I don't know. I
which is
definitely want to
it's
see.
kind of sad.
I definitely want to see that
It
before
was in such limited production,
before
like distribution. It
You
was
know
before I
what's
insane.
before I do my year rated list. I definitely want to see that.
you know what sucks is like they gave more attention to like movies like We Live in Time and Civil War, and those didn't get Oscar nominations.
Yeah, that's
True.
really stupid. Yeah.
Which unfortunately we might be living in that movie very soon. Civil War.
I mean, you
Should
might
I?
not be wrong.
All right, so we've gone through all of them. You mind if I did a little bit some factoids?
Yeah, go
Sure.
ahead.
All right. Okay. So, best picture. All right. So, so Amelia Perez has the most nominations this year with 13 nominations. Uh, in that's like some of the most nominated films go with 13. Is the most nominated films have 14 nominations, so it's in a distinct category with films like Gone with the Wind, Forrest Gump, Shape of Water, From Here to Eternity, Chicago, Shakespeare in Love, and Oppenheimer, to just name a few. Um, Behind it are Brutalist and Wicked, which both have 10 nominees this year. But to go back on Amelia Perez, it is the film with the it's the most nominated non-English language film at the Oscars, surpassing that of Roma and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Oh my
which is
god,
a
that doesn't even
very
hold. That's kind of upsetting.
which is a very which is very surprising. But again, an audacious musical, an audacious queer musical. So speaking of that, Carlos Sofia Gascon becomes the first openly transgender uh, actress to be nominated as Best Actress in this category. So that's a first time thing. So I have to say, first openly transgender. Because if you recall, Elliot Page was nominated for Best Actress, and that was before they had came out as trans. So
Yeah, for Juno, right?
yes. So more Best Picture. This is the okay. This is the first time since 1968 that two musicals are competing for Best Picture. I
I'm sorry,
said that
Matt.
with emphasis because I was saying people 1964, but I was wrong. I forgot about 1968 when the winner was Oliver and Funny Girl was a nominee.
But
I
like
forgot.
for like
I forgot it
true
was a
true,
musical.
but like for true musicals though, 64
It's a musical.
because
So I'm sorry.
yeah no because Funny Girl like it is a musical, but it's not like your big ensemble. It's a musical. It's like a smaller musical. It's like kind of like cabaret, I guess, in style.
All right. This is the first Brazilian film that's competed for Best Picture since 1985, when the film Kiss of the Spider Woman was nominated. But this is the first Portuguese language film to be nominated for Best Picture.
Which I just learned,
Um,
Kiss of the Spider Woman is getting a remake. They're adapting the musical version of the story,
Of course they are.
and Jennifer Lopez is going to be the lead, I think.
and there also a trans character in Kiss of the Spider Woman. I just say that because thinking of Amelia Perez, because before we've had people nominated for performances as trans people when they are cisgender. Um, a couple
Like
of them won. So
yeah, that really
think of
that's
Hilary
so.
Swank in Boys Don't Cry, or Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club,
Also, that woman from
or even
that
what was it?
that short woman, I forget her name. She won for something. She was in a TV show. I don't know if it was Criminal Minds or um. She won for playing a man in. I gotta look it up now. She might be the one of the shortest ever Oscar winners. Um, I gotta look it up now. Um, well, keep going, Matt.
There was Felicity Huffman in Transamerica as well.
Oh
That
yeah.
was another cis actor playing a trans character. And then there's also the movie The Crying Game as well. But again, so going back, that's a first trans person playing a trans character in a film. So there you go. This is also the first time since 1956 that a film shot entirely in VistaVision has competed for Best Picture. Zach, do you know what that is?
Um, yes. Is it? Oh my God. And for VistaVision,
Mm-hmm.
and you said 1958.
6.
Oh, is it The King and I?
No.
Ooh. The Ten Commandments.
Ten Commandments. Yes.
Yay.
Dune Part 2 becomes the 12th sequel to be nominated for Best Picture. Um, People can quabble on the like what exactly makes a sequel. I included Broadway Melody of 1936 in that ranking as well. So, which isn't like a direct sequel, but rather part of the Broadway Melody film series.
Oh, and the actress was Linda Hunt. She won for a movie that I forgot about called The Year of Living Dangerously, where she played a man. Linda Hunt.
Hmm.
Making her the only person to win an Oscar for portraying a character of the opposite sex in the like the incorrect category.
Uh,
Unlike the Razzies, which would put her under Best Supporting Actor.
And Alex, she actually was in Stranger Than Fiction.
oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was the psychologist.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
The Substance becomes the first horror film to be nominated for Best Picture since 2017's Get Out, and it's the first nomination for its distributor, the streaming service Mubi.
That's good.
Yeah, it's their first nomination. Um, Two of the pictures in films in Best Picture are based on either based on true stories or biopics or biopics or whatever you fucking call it. I don't know. And that is A Complete Unknown, which is the Bob Dylan movie, and I'm Still Here. What else? This is the second year in a row where two non-English language films are competing for Best Picture.
Hmm.
Uh, Anything else? Okay, so all of the nominees for Best Director are first timers, which is something that hasn't occurred since the Oscars representing the year of 1997.
Nice. I also think this is another year where there's a lot of first time nominees for actors too.
Yes, I'll also get to that. Two of the directors nominated are French. That's Jacques Audiard and Coralie Farge.
Nice.
Speaking of her, Coralie Farge becomes the ninth woman to be nominated for Best Director.
Oh, cool. Because I was just looking, the last 2 years, there hasn't been a female nominee, which I didn't realize, but because we had those back to back years where a woman won Best Director.
Can you
We had a we had a
or
best we had a female uh, nominee last year.
Oh, you're right. Shoot, my bad.
what
Justine
movie was that?
Triet for Anatomy of a
Oh,
Fall.
right,
Oh my
right.
God,
But
you're
the
right. I forgot.
year before there wasn't a female nominated in the category.
You're right. I knew that was probably wrong. My bad.
Oh, it's no problem.
Well, that's good. Another woman nominee. Hopefully more in the future.
All right, and in Best Actor, four out of the five are previous nominees, with Timothy Chalamet becoming the youngest two-time Best Actor nominee since James Dean getting his two posthumous nominations.
That's cool.
And Coleman Domingo is a uh, got his first nomination the previous year, so he also is a consecutive Best Actor nominee. The first timer here in this category is Sebastian Stan, playing Donald Trump. One of the many times in which a actor has been nominated for Best Actor for playing a U.S. president.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those times including what is it? Raymond Massey in Abe Lincoln in Illinois. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I might have just dropped something on the floor, so
That's no problem.
As long as you're all right.
It includes Raymond Massey for Abe Lincoln in Illinois, Alexandra Cox as Woodrow Wilson in the film Wilson. Um, we have
Was Henry Fonda nominated for Young Mr. Lincoln?
no.
Oh, he should have been.
Uh, who else?
All for presidents.
Presidents,
I mean, no.
Oscars.
Oh, I think didn't Cliff Robertson win for playing John F. Kennedy?
No,
I thought he won for playing John F. Kennedy. Cliff Robertson.
In the Oliver Stone movie? Oh, wait.
no.
No. I thought he,
James Whitmore was nominated for playing Harry S. Truman in Give 'Em Hell, Harry. Anthony Hopkins played Richard Nixon in the film Nixon. Anthony Hopkins again played John Quincy Adams in the film Amistad. Frank Langella played Richard Nixon in the film Frost Nixon. Daniel Day-Lewis is the first person to win the Academy Award for playing Abraham Lincoln in the film Lincoln. And Sam Rockwell got a supporting nominee for playing
What was?
President Bush Jr. in Vice.
oh, I was incorrect. He did play John F. Kennedy, Cliff Robertson, when John F. Kennedy was that famous story where he was stranded in World War II, but he wasn't nominated for that. He won for a movie called Charlie.
Gotcha.
What else? Okay, in Best Actress, 4 out of the 5 are first-time nominees. Gascon, Madison, Demi Moore, and Fernanda Torres are first-time nominees. Cynthia Erivo got her second nomination, her first being 2019 for Harriet, which she lost to Renee Zellweger for Judy.
And she can get the EGOT if she wins.
What else? This is Demi Moore's first Academy Award nominee. She is a multi-time Razzie nominee and winner, actually.
I didn't know that.
And Fernanda Torres is at the second Brazilian actress to be nominated for Best. Can you stop that? Sorry.
I don't even know what I'm doing, so.
I don't know either. So Fernanda Torres is the second Brazilian actress to be nominated for Best Actress. The first one being Fernando Montenegro. Her mother,
That's cool.
who was nominated for the film Central Station, which was directed by the same director as I'm Still Here, Walter Salles, which
That's
is funny.
cool.
Which is funny. 4 out of the 5 Best Supporting Actor nominees are first-time nominees. The only odd one out is Ed Norton, who's actually the most nominated person in this whole entire acting lineup.
Mm.
It's a fun fact. He has 4 Oscar nominations now. One for his first film, Primal Fear.
I watched
gotta-
that this year. Last year I watched it. It was good. He's good in
For
it.
he was nominated for Best Actor for American History X. And he was nominated for Supporting Actor for Birdman.
That's right.
I think people say that his nominated performances, American History X was his best role.
So Borisov, Culkin, Pierce, and Strong are first-time nominees in this category. There's also 4 first-time nominees in Supporting Actress, so it's a pretty big year for first-time nominees. Monica Barbaro, Ariana Grande, Isabella Rossellini, and Zoe Saldana are the first-time nominees, with the only recurring one being Felicity Jones, who was previously nominated for The Theory of Everything.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. So that's funny.
Yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 actors out of the 20 who are nominated for playing real life people. And that is the cast of A Complete Unknown, the cast of The Apprentice, Fernando Torres for I'm Still Here, and yeah, I think that's actually about it.
Mm. Oh yeah, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't mention how Nickel Boy was snubbed in so many categories: supporting actress, cinematography. I'm kind of pissed about that. But
I'm,
that's a different thing. That's a different thing.
yeah. I thought Pamela
Um,
Anderson was snubbed for The Last Showgirl.
Flow is the first Latvian film to not only just compete in international feature, but also in animated feature. And the film Flow is the second time an animated film competed in both categories, with the first time being the film Flea, which was not only nominated at animated feature and international feature, but had the trifecta of also being nominated in documentary feature film.
That's right. Yeah.
I think you mentioned this earlier, but Memoir of a Snail becomes the second R-rated film to be nominated for animated film uh, after 2015's Anomalisa.
Yes, I did mention that.
Mm.
Which is
And
also stop motion animated, just like this one.
yes, I'm sure there's probably other uh, interesting factoids that I can also mention. Um, like uh, this being the fifth time a Planet of the Apes movie has been nominated at the Oscars, or
Oh, it's also, I believe, it's also the fifth time an
for an
alien film
Alien movie.
has been nominated for best visual effects. Two
Yes,
of them have won. None of the
or
Planet of the Apes have won, but I believe the original Planet of the Apes won special achievement in makeup.
that this the film Wicked has 10 nominations, which is four more than the original Wizard of Oz.
Hmm.
Or this Nosferatu has four nominees, which is way more than the original Nosferatu had.
Well, the Academy Awards didn't exist in 1922 to
Um,
23.
but actually, even though it wasn't up for any contention in the year, Nosferatu didn't play in the United States until 1929. Actually, it
Oh,
just
so it could have been
wasn't.
nominated.
It just wasn't in the eligibility list, though.
Oh my god.
God. Oh man.
Um, yeah. Okay. So those are some
Yes,
of
it's
the
fun.
a little few interesting factoids there. So, but to round it off, I'm going to quickly tell you where you can find all the films
Yes.
that we mentioned today. So, on Netflix, you can obviously watch Amelia Perez, the most nominated film at the Oscars, but you can also watch Dune Part Two. You can watch Maria, The Six Triple Eight, and Wallace and Gromit, A Vengeance Most Foul. Um, on Hulu, if you've got Hulu, you can watch A Real Pain, Alien Romulus, Elton John, Never Too Late, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Sugarcane.
And maybe eventually a complete unknown since that's a Searchlight film.
On Canopy. So if you have a library card and your library offers it, you can get Canopy. You can watch the documentary nominee soundtrack to a coup d'etat. On a movie, you can watch The Substance and The Girl with the Needle. On Disney Plus, you can watch Inside Out 2. And if you've got also got the Hulu bundle, you can probably watch a couple of the Hulu films as well.
Hmm.
On Peacock, or as we affectionately call it here on the pod, The Cock, you can watch Conclave and The Wild Robot.
Yep.
On Paramount Plus, you can watch Gladiator 2, which you can also watch on MGM Plus as well, and Black Box Diaries, but you can only watch that if you have Paramount Plus bundled with Showtime. And by the time this pod has come out, Paramount Plus will also probably have, will definitely have Better Man and September 5th.
I don't recommend Paramount Plus. The app runs like shit, but that's a different rant for another day.
Speaking of shits, Max. I mentioned you could watch Dune Part 2 on Netflix, but it's also on Max. But there you can also watch the film A Different Man.
Yeah,
And
screw you, David
wow.
Zaslav.
and Memoir of a Snail is also available on AMC Plus. Now, I would be remiss to also mention, not only mention the films that are available on video on demand only, that aren't on a specific streaming service. So that would be like Anora, The Apprentice, Flow, Nosferatu, and by the time you're listening, Sing Sing, and Wicked. But if you want to know what films are just only currently playing in theaters, that would be The Brutalist. Try to check out a 70mm VistaVision print. You won't regret it. A Complete Unknown. I'm Still Here. Nickel Boys. Hopefully, by the time you listen, it'll be No Other Land. We'll be playing Porcelain War. Try to see if you can find a showing of that. And The Seed of the Sacred Fig. But other than that, that kind of wraps up that.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. And
I
Matt
have
did
to
all the work
piss.
for you guys.
I downed a Coca-Cola vanilla before we came on the pod. So,
Oh,
All
good.
right.
Yeah, you can check out the 97th Oscars Academy Awards March 2nd.
and
Ho-
I assure
on
you, there will be a podcast episode where we complain about
yes,
what was not the winner.
it's gonna be on ABC and simultaneously live streaming on Hulu for the first time. Hosted by
Yay.
first time host Conan O'Brien.
Please make fun of Trump.
It'll be interesting because he's very tall, so that'll be interesting seeing him next to like some of the nominees.
All right.
All right. Well, hope
I
you
guess.
enjoyed our analysis. Check out the Oscars on March 2nd. They're on at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock on the West Coast.
And yeah.
I will save you, Sing Sing. I will avenge you, Nickel Boys. I will kill you, Amelia Perez.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Love you.